It is so sweet to have been right about something, even if it's something as tiny as the fungal fibers growing in the leg of an ant. Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Please excuse me whilst I gloat, thanks to the release of the second episode of the Kaiju number 8 anime. Now, there will be spoilers for pretty up to chapter 45-ish of the Kaiju number 8 manga, and spoilers for the Kaiju number 8 anime to episode 2. But if you don't want any of these, and the spoilers for the manga will go, possibly into season 2 of the anime. But if you don't want any of those spoilers, you should click away now. But I was right. Okay, so many moons ago, I did a video analyzing Kaiju number 9. Specifically, after chapters 42 through 45 came out, I did a video analyzing Kaiju number 9, speculating that Kaiju number 9 was meant to represent a cordyceps fungus. If you don't know anything about these fungus, they are nasty. These fungus hatch in the body of an insect, most often an ant. The spoilers. Check out the links below the video to get a copy of my book, Dying Embers, Flying Sparks. You know the drill. Yada, yada, yada. Go away if you don't want to hear it. Anyway, these giant ant kaiju exist in the world. They don't bother anybody, so the Defense Force doesn't hunt them. The ant kaiju live down below, underground. They mind their own business. The only humans who ever interact with them are tunnel diggers and stuff. So the Defense Force basically just leaves them be. They're just a part of the ecosystem. But these ant kaiju come up and attack the city in chapter 42. And it is revealed that Kaiju number 9 is controlling them. And Kaiju number 9 is controlling them with these tendrils that go through their body. And the tendrils look so much like fungal organisms that I had seen that I had to go and research this. So I did a whole body talking about how the Kaiju number 9 controlling these ants was so much like how it works in real life. Because in real life, the ants lives underground in colonies. The cordyceps fungus spores fall onto the ant from above. The cordyceps fungus infect the ant, and without taking over their brains, so that they still live, the cordyceps fungus take over all the muscles in their body and send these tendrils of fungal tissue through the ant tissue, just like Kaiju number 9 took over the ants. And you can see these tendrils growing out of their bodies. In the course of researching the very real-life cordyceps fungus, I discovered a scientific paper published free online titled, brace yourself, Three-Dimensional Visualization and Deep Learning Model Reveal the Complex Fungal Parasite Networks in Behaviorally Manipulated Ants. This is by lead scientist Marydel A. Fredericksen. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the rest of those. We're going to call this Fredericksen et al. There's like 8 different authors on this paper. So these guys they basically took an ant leg that had been infected by the cordyceps fungus, and they took thousands of tiny slices. And they used these slices to recreate a 3D image of what the tissues looked like. If you're looking at the screen, on the left-hand side between my little talking image and the drawing of the Kaiju number 9 fibers from the manga, you will see a red tube rising with these weird looking yellow nodules around it. Note the specific shade of yellow. Note the specific shade of red. The red represents a single ant muscle fiber. So this is a muscle fiber in an ant. So you can imagine how tiny we're talking about here. The yellow represents the cordyceps fungus fibers that wrap around the ant muscle fibers and take over their body. Now, if you scroll down through this PDF, if you go to the main web page, not the PDF that you can download for free, but the main web page that the PDF comes from, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will find this amazing animation, which it's a video, but it's basically they took, in the first part it shows you how they did it, how they took and it shows each little slice they made and the changes in shape. Think of this as a 3D printer analyzing your image layer by layer. Each minuscule slice gives them one layer of the model. Then as the box holding the model rotates, we see see the ant fiber alone. This is in the video clip you see. Then we get to see the red ant fiber alone. Then we get to see the yellow fungal fibers growing around the ant fiber. And these fungal fibers look so like what Matsumoto drew in the manga, wrapping around the kaiju ants muscles. When when the Defensors blasted one of the ants' legs off, this thing would crop up. It looked so much like that I thought, you know what? I truly do wonder if Matsumoto saw this very scientific paper, saw this very video image, has a copy of this very PDF. And I think that episode 2 of Kaiju number 8, the anime, solidly confirms that speculation. And if you look at not the episode itself, but the opening and closing animation, which we were all waiting for, you will see that what we have there in the second half of my clip, you'll see as the video plays, you see the animation shows the cells rising up out of the deep ocean trenches. And after it goes past the kaiju fish swimming in the tank, the animation becomes red and yellow fibers interacting to form kaiju. So this, I guess you could say this isn't a huge thing. But if you look at the animation, but I think it really is confirmation, especially that last panel, that last image, before it flashes over to Kafka and Mina facing down the fungal kaiju. You can see that the shade of yellow and the shade of red that mix to make the colors of the fibers that make up these kaiju almost exactly match the shade of yellow and the shade of red in the fibers of the ant muscle and the cordyceps fungus. So I think we can state with confidence that if you want to go and see and research the very same material that Matsumoto researched for this manga and the anime, so this means that Matsumoto gave this video to the animators and said, here, this is my vision. I want you to take this animation done by these scientists, by Fredericksen et al. Et al. Means all the other scientists, basically. And I want you to animate me an anime opening from this. So, anyway, I'll put the link to the paper in the description below the video. I think Fredericksen et al. Can proudly say he is possibly the first scientist to have been cited in a major anime. But what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Go look at the video. Remember, you got to go to the link to the PNAS. Let's see, that's the. And scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. And there will be the video right before the references. Supporting information. And you can watch the video in its fullness there. The first half of the video shows the black and white, basically flip book of all of the slices they took. The second half of the video is the animation that shows the 3D model they made from those slices. And even the way the 3D model manifests in the science video is very, very similar to the opening sequence of the anime. So what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Is this the inspiration for the anime opening? Hit that like and subscribe button, and peace out, my wonderful viewers.
Drake McCarty's leg was shattered, deep in the wilderness. As the flash flood closed over him, something alien pulled him from the waters. A military base that shouldn't exist. An ancient warrior with secrets of his own. Drake returns to his family with a whole leg and the burden of a secret he doesn't understand. In the forest around them, someone is watching, and something followed him home. Flying Sparks. 90,000 words of science fantasy adventure. The first novel in the Dying Embers universe is now available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play Books, and from the author as a signed copy. Get your copy now and step into a world where dragons walk the forest, aliens lurk on the mountain, and things go boomp in the night.
Escape into another world with the writings of author Betty Adams. Two worlds, one of utter absurdity, one of dramatic tension, both alike in aliens absolutely astounded by human behavior. Humans are weird, short, absurd science fiction stories. Flying sparks, dragons, aliens, and things that go boomp in the night.
Books available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play Books, and at authorBettyAdams.com for a signed copy.